Hello and welcome to Attention Central Texas. I'm Angela Galbraith, your host, and today we have with us David Ferris, who is the peer coordinator for bringing everyone in the zone. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm wonderful, wonderful. And just to kick things off, can you kind of tell us a little bit about the history of bringing everyone in the zone?
Yeah, so Bring Everyone in the Zone was established August 8th, 2008. So they've been around about 17 years. It was developed with some counselors and some veterans that sat down, and they discovered that there was PTSD issues and that group settings that were facilitated by veterans actually help veterans work through their PTSD problems.
And so veterans and the issues that they have coming back from war and witnessing all of that devastation obviously can have a terrible impact on. So why is this group important? Why do you think this group is important?
This group is very important because you're not in a clinical setting. Veterans speak the language of veterans. Oftentimes a veteran won't be able to relate with the civilians as well as if, working with their peers. So they're facilitated groups that have trained facilitators, but we're veterans as well. So we lead the groups. Everybody gets a say in it. We keep some of the group settings, the comments are a little short, but everyone gets to get in their perspective. So some of the balance in that, what also is beneficial is that the input from other veterans, you find out that you're not so different, and a lot of people feel alone, thinking that they're the only ones with these problems, and in the group we find out we're not. Because some of the groups, you may have a lieutenant colonel in there that you don't know is a lieutenant colonel, and you have somebody that's only done a few months in the military. But to hear that they have similar issues with some stuff, I think it's pretty enlightening. And eventually people figure out stuff, afterwards they'll talk, and it really helps break the ice for openness and sharing.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So in addition to the peer support classes, what other benefits or things that do you guys offer? Okay,
at Bring Everyone in the Zone, we provide military cultural competency, which for family members and the veteran. That gets you where you can volunteer. You also get a cool red shirt. That way we can get you out of the house, because a lot of veterans, if they've been at home, we can get them into this class, we can get them to volunteer and bring them in to the zone, kind of like our name. We also offer suicide prevention classes. We offer ASK, which is a 3-hour class, and then we have a CALM class, which is counseling on lethal means. So we work through that. We just educate the the population. We also have mental health first aid, which is an excellent class. And then at the end, if people are interested over time with some volunteer work and some group settings, there's a possibility to become a group facilitator. So you're licensed to be able to go out and host these groups.
Okay, so what's involved when becoming a group facilitator? What does that require?
You will have to go through all the classes that I just said, and then you got to participate in the groups, and then it just comes over time. And then the 40-hour class, which is the facilitator course, that's not taught all the time, but when it is, it's a little short on openings, so you got to kind of be there, be present, volunteer, be part of the team. Okay. Get your education and.
Oh, good, good, good. So take me inside one of the suicide prevention classes. What is that like?
Very enlightening. We put out verified data that covers a large topic, a large base of risk factors, appropriate actions to take. The ASK class is actually teaches you primarily to, if you see someone in crisis, and ask is just that. Ask them if they have a suicidal ideation. Ask them if they have a plan. It's uncomfortable to ask that question because you feel like you might be pushing them to it. But they found that when a person who's in crisis gets asked that, often that's the thing that gets them not to, or gets them to open up that have a problem, then we can get them to resources.
Okay, so if a veteran is going through struggling with that, mental health issues and things of that nature, what are some of the red flags that a spouse or a family member should sort of look for relative to suicide ideation?
Red flags, isolation can lead to this, it always does. Some of the red flags are, you know, someone's giving all their stuff away, or they're isolated, or they're angry and they say they have a weapon, and sometimes it's just a full-blown breakdown. But we've found that the studies show that you have a 10-minute block that you can discuss with them, and sometimes that calms the situation down until we can get like further assistance for them. So the immediate break from the crisis point to what they're doing or considering doing, if you get that little bit of time and distance between that, it's got positive results.
Okay. So what is the best way, if I'm a spouse and my husband is struggling, to get people to kind of join the group? If he has mental health issues, what's the best way someone can say, hey, you know, you need help?
There's
help available.
To join our groups as peer support groups?
Yes.
We do a lot of outreach.
Outreach, okay.
We were at the Bell County Expo Center last week for the fair. We had a table there, so we make sure that people know we're in the community. A lot of it's word of mouth. Our volunteers, so once they get military cultural competency trained, a lot of our volunteers, they're out there hustling that get help, come to the groups. You know, you'll see that it'll make an improvement in your life, and maybe even for your spouse if she shows up. So our outreach is, you know, it's imperative to us reaching those veterans. Plus, like I said earlier, the veterans talking to, approaching, and encouraging other veterans to attend works better. And that's kind of how we get our, you know, message out.
Yeah, I like the fact that you said that you speak each other's language.
Yes.
You understand what someone else is going through. So bring everyone in the zone. You mentioned that spouses are can also attend these meetings. So what is that? How impactful is that for a spouse to be there as well? Okay,
when we have the groups and the spouses are there, the veteran doesn't really get trained on how to act when they come back from, you know, a deployment or war. Even large training events can be very stressful. The decision making, the pressure, all that stuff still applies to the veteran. So the veteran will not really be having the correct skills to come back and deal with a family if they've been gone for a year. Well, the spouse at home has been running a household for a full year, and they're going through, you know, similar stuff but different. And there's a lot of things that aren't, it's hard to grasp how the veteran and the spouse feel without any real education. So when we have spouses attend the groups, the spouses will talk and give their perspective and their point of view, which a lot of veterans would be like, really? I never thought of that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then also they get to hear veteran experiences and realize that some of the little things that may be different about us when we come back, there's a reason for it. And you know, you kind of have a better understanding. It does help.
So when are these classes held and how often are they held?
Okay, so we hold the cultural competency class for a quarter. The Calm and Ask, we're publishing that right now. Me and my battle buddy were new, so I just got certified teaching Ask last week.
Wonderful, congratulations.
So, yes, so I have to generate a schedule for that because we weren't scheduled to receive those classes for another month. So I got lucky and got it.
Yes.
Yes. So we're building the calendar for that. We'll publish those dates real soon.
What about the peer support groups? How often are they held?
We have a bunch.
A bunch?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
That's good.
There's right now we do a women's group on Wednesday at our office. We have 2 Tuesday groups. Lampasas has groups. There's groups in Gatesville. There's a military sexual trauma group in Gatesville. We have groups in Temple. We have groups, and then again, we have a published calendar for that. So we have a lot going on. We also do some groups during the daytime, during the week as well.
So you guys have a strong presence in the community.
Yes.
Awesome, wonderful. Can you kind of share with me about a success story, how Bring Everyone in the Zone has impacted maybe a life of a soldier, one at a time, you know? Of a veteran, yes.
There's a Friday group, Coffee with a Veteran. We've had veterans come in that were clearly distraught. Just through the group activity, they start crying. And there's an issue there. So one of the facilitators would be like, okay, we're going to pull you out. Come on in the back and talk to us.
One-on-one.
Yes. So if we see someone that's obviously going through something, you know, we're going to one-on-one with them. And I've seen it where in a matter of a month that person that felt that they were at their lowest point have improved and are smiling and, you know, happy and engaged, and then before you know it, they're winding up being one of our volunteers. So it starts to progress from, you know, someone feels that they're at their lowest and they thought, well, we'll take a long shot and go to this meeting everyone's talking about, and that's the win right there. You know, the groups are good. It's great to have team. It's great to have people interact. But if you can save that one person, that's big. So I've seen several of those. We've also had it where the volunteers come together. Someone faces a hardship. They have to move out, you know, in a hurry or whatever the case may be. The volunteer force will come together and they feel hopeless. Next thing they know, 20 people are at their house. We're packing them, we're moving them, and you know, we've improved their lives, and we had a, you know, good time doing it because it's part of our military thing to work as teams, and we come in so we get something out of it as well, not just, you know, so it brings us together almost back into a military mindset as well. So, and we're helping while, you know, helps us while we're helping others. So
it's just not just emotional support or mental health support. You guys are offering physical support. We're helping you move. We're a part of your life.
Yes.
Okay. So how important is that?
It's very important. I mean, we don't offer that as a service.
Right,
That's
of course.
just something that the volunteers will get together and do. Also you know, it's just services that we do offer as well. Like I said, the classes, we do have a very small financial assistance section that can help sometimes. So our money's a little bit limited, but our primary job is to connect veterans to resources as well. So if, you know, a veteran has an issue, a hardship, something going on they can't navigate, we get word of it, then we start connecting them with resources.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So thank you, Mr. David Ferris, for coming and sharing with us today. And I want to thank you, our viewing audience. Tune in next time to see what's going on right here in our local area. Be blessed.